Hey guys, thanks for tuning in and welcome to another episode of a crazy cool quad. This is the new SimToo Moment Drone. It's kind of a air selfie drone. This one is like a foldable, so it's kind of like a little book where you fold these two totally guarded propellers, by the way. See how these things are just like guards over all the propellers, so there's really no way you're gonna hurt your hands unless you stick your fingers in the holes there. But it should be pretty hard to hurt yourself with this one. But it's a full-on GPS high-definition drone, and we're going to go in-depth in this one. You may remember SimToo, this brand here, had a little bit of an issue with their Dragonfly. Wasn't really that great of a drone. It was kind of hyped to be like a Mavic type of competitor. It had a cool like follow me watch with GPS on it, but it didn't really perform that well. So we're going to give SimToo another chance with this one and see how it works. So we're going to do a full review if we can on this one, where we'll unbox it, set it up, see how it works on the phone. There's no controller with this, you're just going to use your phone. And then if we have enough time in this video, we'll get out and do a flight test. If not, we'll make a part 2 with the flight test. So anyway, sit back, relax, and let's get started with the Moment. Okay, so nothing entirely special about the box, although it does kind of look like something from DJI. You know, you got this kind of nice white here with this foldable design, and it's got one of those handles that just kind of like pulls out, embedded, kind of like DJI. Anyway, let's pop open the top, and there we go. So we're just greeted with a case, and the drone's going to be in here, and everything else in the box is pretty simple. It's just a little instruction manual with a Allen wrench there for working on it, I guess. There is the charger here with the power adapter on the back, and that's where you're going to plug in the drone there with that little power adapter on the front there for plugging in and charging the battery on the drone, and just a wall charger that you're going to plug into there. Adapter rather. And that's it. So nothing else in that box, and let's get to the case of the drone here. It's just a black zipper case, very similar to their last case from their SimToo Dragonfly. This one's just a little bit narrower, as you can see. Popping this guy open, let's see if I got it the right way. There's no real way to tell what is up and what is down. So anyway, got some mesh in the top here for keeping some stuff in there, and there it is. So check it out. That is the Moment drone. So it looks like we have our charger here. This is actually where we're going to plug in our power adapter for charging. Looks like a proprietary battery, which is this guy here. And let's see what this battery is all about. So it's got a light here, okay. Just pressed it once and it's flashing. We have some proprietary connector here, and let's see what the specs are on here, if we can see them. It's an 8.7 volt battery, so it's kind of like a high voltage 2S, and it's a 2900 milliamp hour. So that's what we're getting for the power on this thing. And nothing else whatsoever in the box there. You can see how that's empty. Pulling out the drone itself, and here it is. So this is how it looks. There's the camera. This is supposed to have a motorized camera, so they're telling us not to push this up and down manually, otherwise we could strip some gears in here. So leave that to adjusting it from the software. There's where we're going to pop in our battery. There's a wide open battery bay there. I'm not seeing any lights on the back. There's a micro USB slot in the side. I am liking the color. It's very gunmetal-ish, like the Mavic. And here's the propellers and the arms and the guards. So some big old guards here, and you can see that the only really way you're gonna hurt yourself is if you stick your pinky finger in there on the top or the side. So they're making it pretty safe. And here's how we're opening this thing up. So I'm feeling like this little bit of a graduated notch. You can kind of hear it there. Let me do that again. So you hear that? Until it kind of snaps into its open position. It does feel like it's not really a whole lot of tension in its open position, but you can tell it's a little bit more than the rest of the motion. So here it is, the Moment. It's got all its fans out, its arms are fully extended. That's how it looks. It's telling us on the bottom of the camera, please don't adjust by hand. Look at this on the bottom. So it's an optical flow sensor on the bottom here for locking its position indoors, or seeing the ground, and it's also got a sonic sensor here. So that's going to be bouncing off signal from the ground to get its height at lower altitudes. Supposedly this is supposed to have GPS. So the GPS is going to be in the top here somewhere. Not sure which one of these it's at. And the only light we're getting is this light on the top front here. I'm not seeing any other lighting on the whole drone, just that front light. So don't really use this at night and expect to fly around and see it in the sky, I guess. Here are the motors and the propellers. So we've got these 3-bladed propellers. They're very stubby propellers, but they do have a pretty good bite angle here. And there's our brushless motors inside there. Kind of the whole motor and propeller setup reminds me of the Parrot drones, like the Bebop. So very similar. Anyways, that's it out of the box. Really nothing else to see here except for us to power it up, put the battery in here. So let me pop the battery in. We'll power this up and we'll get it connected to the app and see how all that works. So just sliding in the battery, making sure that we have the connectors on the back and putting it in these little grooves. You can see how these little grooves are like notching in, and just pushing it all the way down, and it doesn't feel like it's incredibly great tolerances. So let's see how easy it is to take off. You can't really grab it from the bottom to push those, so it's going to be kind of a weird push and kind of pull the battery with one hand. You definitely have to pull it all evenly or else it's going to bind in these little notches. Let's see how easy this is. So not very easy to take out. And you can see how this would be pretty easy to carry around in the backpack too. Just throw it in there. You don't have to worry about the blades getting bent or anything getting damaged. So I guess that's got that going for it. And it looks like it's pretty hard to press this power button because it's kind of recessed just slightly. So you're not going to accidentally be pressing it when it's in your backpack. Of course, keep it in that little case if you're going to be carrying it around for ultimate protection. Let me extend this. Let's turn it on and get the phone booted up and see what the app looks like. Okay, so I'm downloading the app and there is a Moment drone on here, but it's got really low rating. It's only 2.1 stars for the Moment drone. But then there's also an Air Selfie here down below, and it's kind of deceiving because it's got 4.2 stars. So which one do I do? I mean, I'm assuming it's the Moment drone, so I'm gonna have to just download this top one here. Okay, so that bugger took just about 30 seconds to install. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the drone now just by holding in this power button. Infamous brushless motor ESC boot up there. So what we should want to do is go into our wireless here, and I'm seeing it right there. You see the XT200. So I'm clicking on that, and it's saying what the password is it's just 1 through 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and connect. Obtaining IP address and connected. Great. So now we should be able to just go ahead and run this Moment drone app I installed previously. So we're going to go ahead and click on it. And there we go. It looks like this is the right one because that is the drone there. And we got our safety precautions and everything. Click up, slide, okay. It's giving us some information here. Control below 20 meters, height, and 100 meters range. Compass and accelerometer calibration, so it's showing us how to do that. There's also an on-app user manual, so that's great. This is saying it has visual flow on the bottom here. I'm seeing visual flow. Click and confirm the target selected on the screen, and the aircraft will automatically follow the target. Click the button again, the aircraft will just hover. So that's cool. Maybe it'll have some kind of vision tracking on it. Wow, so we've got a bunch of options here. We got photo mode, recording mode, camera adjustments, shutter, media library, timer shooting burst mode, switch operation mode. Okay, cool. Well, we'll be seeing all those. Oh my goodness, even more. Look at all this stuff. Edit, video editing. Okay. Moving on, rocker settings, USA model or Japan model. That's going to be like mode 1 or mode 2 throttle, I would assume. That's how you can choose how to steer it. Sensitivity, okay, you can do primary, intermediate, or advanced there. So that's cool. We get different rates of flight, 3 rates of flight it looks like. Safety precautions, hints, and tips. Of course, I'm just going to skip through all that stuff. Please make sure you read the entire manual. I didn't read the entire thing perfectly, but we're just going to go into it. And we're going to allow access to photos on our phone. And there we go. So you can go back into the user manual if you want to, and there's our media gallery after we take some shots. And only thing else we can do is press connect here. So let's just hit connect. SD card does not exist. Okay, that's our latency. You can see me moving it So typical Wi-Fi latency, a few hundred milliseconds. It's low power, 15%, so I'm not going to be able to do much sitting here on the table. I should definitely be charging this battery as soon as possible, but I just want to show you what the interface looks like before we go ahead and fly it. We'll go ahead and do an outside flight with this one too in the same video, since this is such a short on the bench portion. But anyway, here's all our controls. I will be recording the screen when I fly it, so you'll be seeing me move and use all these controls here. So anyway, guys, I don't want to do much more with this because the battery's dead. So let me charge this up. Let's get out there to the park, give this thing a thorough flight test, and let's go have some fun. Let's go fly it. Okay guys, at the park with the SimToo Moment Air Selfie Drone, and let's do a little bit of a setup and flight. So of course it just comes in this pretty sleek case, and in the sun here it's actually looking more like a champagne-ish color is the one I got. So I got a fully charged battery. I'm going to be recording my screen there, and we're also going to be checking out the high definition on here. I think I might do 4K, switch between 4K and 1080, and so you'll be able to see a couple of the different video modes. It's supposed to fly for around 15 minutes, and we're going to test that. I totally forgot to mention that there is a micro SD card slot here when we were on the bench earlier. So I'm going to pop in a micro SD card in there so we can record the high definition to the drone. Okay. Until we hear it click. There we go. Okay, so you are definitely going to need long nails or some kind of tool like a pen or that little wrench they give you to push that in. Should be ready to go. All we need to do is put the battery in the correct way, sliding it in these slots here and pushing it down so we hear the 2 clicks. There we go. Okay, kind of plasticky feeling, but let's just see how it does. Opening it up. Simple, just like that. I'm just going to use the case it comes with to launch from. What we want to do is just connect. So again, I'll have this up on the screen so you guys can see what I'm seeing on my phone. There's a video. Okay, great. So first of all, I want to go into my camera settings. So you see how I'm clicking on camera. Video size 1080/50 is what it's at. I want to try full 4K. It looks like it only shoots in 25 FPS, frames per second in video, but I want to just try that initially. And then our photos, I want to make sure I'm at the highest. So it does look like it's at 16 megapixel. Good. And of course our rocker settings looks like American, so left-hand throttle. Sensitivity, I'm going to be up in advanced just so I can get the fastest flight. If you're a beginner, maybe have it lower if you're inside. Disc calibration, so you got accelerometer and compass. I definitely want to do the compass here. So we'll go ahead and click on compass, and we want to start calibration. Okay, so horizontal surface, there's a little graphic on what to do. So it looks like all you want to do is kind of rotate it like this, horizontally, until it should tell us otherwise. It says calibrating horizontal surface on the screen. And there we go. So now vertical surface, so I'm going to set my phone down and turn it like this and do one of these maneuvers. Face down and just spinning it, just like it's saying, until it tells us something on the screen. So it's aligning vertical surface. There we go. Compass has been calibrated successfully and is good order. Okay, that's good enough for me. All right, cool. So there we are, 13 satellites. I'm not really sure what that 0.81 means below the satellites. Could that be PDOP? Just the quality of the GPS signal? Not too sure. I'm clicking that camera up there, and that should be our camera up and down. Okay. So it looks like you can either click it or click and hold it to adjust the camera up and down. It looks like it might be a little bit of a jittery adjustment. So no gimbal type of video here, that's for sure. But there we go. Okay, so I had to press that camera up and down rotation again to take those off the screen. And now I'm going to press to the bottom left. You see that finger? So that's our on-screen controls. There we go. Okay. So that's recording. I pressed that little video icon. I'm going to start to record here. Okay, I see time ticking down on the screen, and let's launch. So this little airplane going up, ensure. Motors automatically arm. Okay. It looks like it's hovering just over head height. 2.3 meters. Let's see how well it holds its position here. And I'll also have the video up on the screen so you guys can see what this looks like. Let it just sit here for a sec while I kind of walk around it. Doesn't look like you can adjust the gimbal or the camera pitch. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Dustin the Moment Drone here. You can feel some wind, just really slight, couple miles per hour, and this is how it's handling the wind. It's tilting that way a little bit. It's like it's trying to get back. And remember, we launched from there, so we'll do a return to home and see if it comes back there. So some slight fluctuation back and forth, up and down. It's kind of going up, down, moving away from its launch point, kind of hovering in the general area. So maybe on the grass, or maybe these trees are blocking the satellite signal a little bit. I've got 14 satellites, so it should be okay. I think I've seen it actually have 21 satellites before when I was more in the middle of the park. Anyway, 88% power, and that's how it looks. I'm still recording. So let's try to just fly it manually here. Looks like we have button presses. Let me see if we can proportionally go up or down. No, so I've got my finger sliding on the screen and there's no proportional really control. It's either press the button or not. So pressing to go up. Let's see how high it can go. That's full throttle up. Doesn't tell us how fast it's going on the screen. So it's maxing out 10 meters high. Can't go any higher. I didn't see any setting to bypass that. Come back down. That's the maximum descent. And this, remember, this is in the highest advanced mode for speed, so not very fast at all. Here's our yaw rate. Let me get kind of eye level. Do a full yaw here. Okay, so that's full yaw. And it does look like it's wandering quite a bit while I'm yawing. You can kind of see it going, and it went up a little. So that's the maximum yaw rate, pretty slow. Go back down. So unfortunately, you got to be kind of looking at where your fingers are pressing the screen, because it doesn't have that proportional kind of slide like other controls do. Because if I tap off of the buttons, I can't even go anywhere. So that's a major con in my book. Okay, forward speed. Let's see if it maintains its height. We'll get up to maybe eye level here. I'm just gonna go straight out into the park. Pull forward. Let's see if it maintains height and what it does. Whoa. Okay, so it got really low to the grass. Let's try that again. It's definitely getting blown around. Oh. I let off because it looked like it was going to hit the grass. So that's the con about being safe, is you have more wind resistance. See, so it just landed there and now it picked itself back up. So let me try to come back to me. Let's do a return to home, guys. So I'll have the video up, and let me just return to home, see what it does. I press the return airplane, and I'm going to press ensure. And it should be going up a certain height. Looks like it's just going up right to its launch height, 2.4 meters, and coming home. So that could be dangerous. You might hit something. Let's see where it returns to home. Oh, is it gonna hit the chair? Okay, so pretty close. You know, that's within 5 feet, so that's okay in my book. It did kind of come down and look like it was trying to make that point, but all right, 66% battery left, and it's still recording in high def. So I'm gonna launch again, and let's try some of these other modes. Let's launch. Okay. So it like sits there at like a meter or less than a meter, and then it goes up. That's interesting. Okay, so Let me get up there and let's try a picture way up high and do a range test at the same time. And then we'll try some of those advanced, like follow me modes is pretty much all it can do. So I'm gonna go to its maximum height. While I'm recording, you'll see the stabilizing in the video, how stable it is and the quality. And I'm going to stop recording, switch to pictures, and take a picture. Wow, that took a while to take that picture. I'm gonna rotate a little bit that way. There's the West Maui Mountains over there. So maximum height's pretty low. All right, let's start video again. And I want to do a range test. So straight out, the maximum height. Let's see how far it goes. Distance. 78 meters, 86 meters. Oh, this might be a little risky. 159 meters, and it looks like I lost connection. So I really hope it comes back. And it doesn't go down. I'm still recording. Lost contact. I hope it doesn't land. Okay, come on back if you can, please. Please come back. So I'm just waiting for it here. Oh, connection timeout. Please ensure, okay, reconnect. I hope it's not just gonna land over there. That would really suck. I should have probably not been going with the wind on that. I think it went kind of over that school, so. What I really hope is if it doesn't go back down and comes back, otherwise it'll hit those trees. Do I hear it? Reconnection fail, so I had to press exit. Uh-oh. Well, I'm gonna walk that way. Moment drone has stopped. Oh, great. Open app again. I'm gonna walk down that way and see if I can recover it, and I'll pop back in, guys. Okay, guys, so the SimToo Moment. Unfortunately, I lost this one, and you know, it happens, but I'm just gonna kind of tell you what happened, and we'll do a pros and cons as well. So, as you can see, I'll have had the video up on the screen, and you'll see the last moment I could see the video was just going over the school. This is Pukalani, Maui, and I was just going over that blue roof building. I think that's like the little kindergarten building going towards Pukalani School, the main cafeteria building, and that's where I lost connection. And I was assuming it would come back because I had about 50% battery power back, but it's a little bit windy today. The wind came up and it's like 5 to 10. And if those propeller cage guards were pretty bad in the wind, it seemed, on its way back that high and away from this shelter of these trees, I think it was really windy over there. And what may have happened is it was trying to come back, but I think the wind possibly just kept pushing it, and it may have even gone past the school. So if anybody up here finds it, the SimToo Moment drone is just a little, you guys saw it, a black square. Give me a holler and message me if you found it, because there were some people at the school and I went ahead and left my number with them, but I am looking for that thing. So if you find it or know where it is, give me a message on YouTube and I'll definitely give you a reward. So anyway, that's it for the moment. You could kind of see that it wasn't that great. We didn't get to test the follow me function on camera, but I can tell you that I tested it and it didn't really work. It tries to follow your torso, and I tested it before, and occasionally what happens is you get this little box reticle around your torso, but it just kind of flashes on and off, and nothing you do really makes it track you. So I think it's definitely going to need some work. You can see how the height limitation was pretty bad. It was only like 10, 11 meters high. The distance before I lost it was, gosh, what was it, like 130 meters? So distance is okay, but that could have just been because the wind was just really pushing it. As far as the accuracy goes on the return to home, you could see how it was, you know, was within 5 feet of where it launched, which is okay. That's fine in my book. Of course,
closer the better, but for a cheaper, I think that's like around a $250 drone. I'll have the links in the description for you guys to check it out, but I would definitely not recommend it in any kind of wind over 5 miles per hour or venturing out far, because you saw exactly what happened. That probably wasn't too smart of me to do that range test going with the wind. But anyway, it is what it is, and I hope you enjoyed that review. Unfortunately, I can't put any of the camera video on screen or the pictures. All you're going to see is what was recorded from my phone. So if I do recover the drone, I'll go ahead and offload those pictures and videos for you, and I'll make a part 2 and show you what the quality looks like. Unfortunately, we lost this one, but hopefully maybe I'll get it back. I mean, it's in the neighborhood somewhere, so hopefully somebody's kind enough to get it back to me, and I'll definitely give them a drone or a reward or something. Anyway, I hope you liked that review and loss of the SimToo Moment drone. It was fun while it lasted, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.